What if we were to use the XXXL trap in Chimps, aka one of the worst tier 5s you could possibly choose? Mostly because most of the power is in the big trap making money, but of course in Chimps mode, the I, standing for income, is banned. Well, stay tuned to see how useful it's going to be in this infernal Chimps run over here. For starters, we're going to do an 011 boomerang. This is one of the few starts that work on infernal. If you don't want to, like, go for Quincy, that is, and I don't want to, I'm going to try Psy for this one, just because it's not a hero I use very often. Kind of crazy how little I use them, considering apparently Psy's pretty good in Chimps mode. No idea how the synergy is with the big trap, though. They both kind of one-shot balloons in a way. That said, 012 Burmer is OP early game. This can probably be turned to, I don't know, Mult Press later, just because, again, I want the big trap to be a majority of the DPS. Now, even though I said a lot of its power is in the money-making, it's not completely useless tower, I'd say, in terms of, like, beating balloons. In fact, it's not a bad, like, big balloon number on rounds like 98, for example. Here's where I'm going to drop it down, by the way. If I had to pick the cross path, I think I'd want to choose where I want to target my trap. If I go middle path, I can choose where to target. If not, then it drops traps faster, but you can't pick. And I think on this map, it's more important to be able to move a trap at the back if, you know, balloons end up going past the trap. That's my rationale. So as I was saying, it may not be awful late game, but I think the biggest problem with the bottom path NG and Chimps is that it's just a terrible save-up option. You got literally a double gun as your damage. Well, and I guess balloon trap. But once again, I have to say, you do not make any extra money in Chimps, so that balloon trap is really only effective at, I don't know, eating up a couple balloons. That is all. Also, crap, I have auto start on. I could have afforded side last round, but that's fine. I doubt it'll matter much because we have super fast leveling on Infernal, being an extra map. I don't know if I said this before, but the funny thing about maps being miscategorized is that it actually makes easy maps, like maps that are labeled too difficult, easier. Because of the fact that we're getting more XP on heroes, which makes the discrepancy even worse. Likewise, on the other hand, a map like Lotus Island, which is closer to an intermediate than beginner, is made even harder by the fact that your heroes will now level slower. I will say, though, that double gun is not a terrible early game option, especially for stunning stuff so that Psy or the Boomerang can reach it. So all in all, I figure we'll have no trouble saving up. Psy can also pop camos for now. And looks like no issue saving up for the balloon trap whatsoever. Let's start the action. You will see, though, once balloons start getting in the trap, it'll actually show a money counter. But do not let that fool you. If you didn't know, the money count is simply to make up for the fact that you don't get the money initially when it, you know, it goes into the trap. The money is kind of delayed, so in a sense, it actually makes it worse. Because maybe you need an upgrade, but you're waiting for the trap to fill up. Let me just show you, for example. I don't have to replace the trap, by the way, 68. If only I waited like a millisecond longer to replace the trap. But okay, let's just put it back where it should belong, aka in between both lanes. I don't remember all the patch notes, but this trap cost money definitely looks like it's been reduced from, I don't know, a year ago. But still, I don't know. Obviously, this defense isn't going to save up $51,000, so we need a mid game, and more notably, we need more pump power because Psy 0 damage. This thing also 0 damage. So if I could, let me see what I could do with the 8k this round. Here's what I'm thinking as my mid-game defense, and I don't know if it'll do enough mob damage, but we will see. I want to try the bottom path Dartling Gun. I know the 024 Bads is a pretty good option. I'm not sure this round, though, that outbuffing a 020 is going to be enough. Let me also replace the trap then. And by deconstruction, so that thing gets a little more damage, we'll do Fast Swivel, Powerful Darts, and let's see. On the bright side, I can use Psy Stun. I'll do it now. And I'm waiting for the trap to did I replace the trap? I did. But there's like a cooldown. There we go. Now I just need to pop the layer, and I think there should be enough damage with the Dartling Gun. Nice. First try. This ain't supposed to be a Black Border run, but I'd love to see if I can get away with one. So if you didn't know, BADS stands for Balloon Area Denial System. The 024 Dartling Gun. I almost said rip the Black Border, but nice clutch by Psy. I will say, though, the 024 Dartling Gun is definitely not one of those upgrade names you want to pronounce all the time, considering how long it is. Kind of an unfortunate acronym, considering there's a giant purple balloon that shares a pretty close name. But that's the easy way to say it, so that's what I'm going to call it. Also, I'm a dum-dum. Can't believe I didn't go for a discount. That could have saved me a lot of money, like, before I got this Dartling gun and the out buff. That's okay, though. It actually won't make back the money, the discounts, unless I buy another tower. So I'll probably buy another tower, just so that I can say it was worth it. By the way, yes, I do plan to eventually give this thing chem detection. Just right now, it's not really that useful, so I'll just get the big trap first before going for it. By the way, I already black bordered infernal, which is why I didn't bat an eye to losing there. I actually have to get all the purples with the buckshot this round, just because I can't hit them. Should be good now, though, with just a little bit of micro. Yes, sir. Buckshot ain't the greatest. It's better with out buff. We're only 1k away from the bats, though, which should be a huge help in surviving mid-game. I don't really want to replace the trap here, so let me just see if Buckshot can do it. Thank you, Buckshot. Very cool. And there it is. Now with the bats, I can do a target-independent micro, aka the lazy micro. And now let's go ahead and watch as it blasts through the mid-game for us. Technically, I think the projectiles only reach this part of the track, but Infernal is low enough that even that much track is still way too much for an expert map. Perhaps the person who decided on the difficulty of these maps probably thought simply removing a lot of the placeable tower spots was enough to make this map expert, but 99% of players probably disagree with that. Not that I'm necessarily worried about this round, but I'm just going to move my trap up the front this round just in case I need some help. And then move it back here. Worst case, though, we can just use some psi abilities here, like either the stun or the level 10 ability, in case the bats isn't targeting well enough, and it's kind of close, but I think I can hold off. First try without much effort. I'll just probably use psi stun here, just to guarantee we're good. Nice. If I want to do some quick internal mats, I can afford the big trap maybe before round 80, if I spend on nothing else. Might want a tier 4 out buff if I feel like I do need help. Right now, there's not full uptime on the bads, and that's kind of important. Aside from the Bloon Master Alchemist and the Train Empire, I'd like someone to name me a worse tier 5 than this guy. That's affordable, so not like True Sun God or anything like that. Because as it stands, I would probably label this as the 3rd worst tier 5, arguably. Maybe stuff like Megalodon could also be considered just as bad. But they did give it some buff, so I'm kind of inclined to feel like this guy deserves top 3. Even if not top 3 in your subjective opinion, definitely top 5. Which kind of speaks volumes to that. No matter how bad the tower it is, you can still find a way to make it work. Not that I'm trying to argue that Infernal is the greatest example to showcase that, but even if you were to give it the most benefit of the doubt, being the most pessimistic about its difficulty, it would at least be like middle intermediate. So far, I'd say I chose well, only a couple rounds away. This round's probably going to be an issue, because I don't want to use level 10 psi. I need it for probably round 76, otherwise it's a good farm. I unfortunately had to use a stun here, which means I probably don't have a stun for this part. So that's probably GG, right? Unless I'm just gonna keep on independent. And yeah, it was just shy. All right, 3k for stronger stim. Oh, let's try this. On top of buying stronger stim, use stun early, so that, I don't know, we might get a second one. Probably not, though. That was almost a bad idea, to use stun early. But if we survive that clump of BFBs, we should survive this one, no problem. Isn't that right? Yes, no problem. Never doubted for a single second. And, okay, I could have honestly not gotten the stronger stim, because I thought I needed it for 76, but I didn't. 5 BFBs, yep, I'm definitely using a level 3 at minimum here. That level 3 is insane, though. You basically get 3 stuns, all in quick succession. This is why Chimps players love Psy. On top of using this, the level 10 ability, just get rid of a lot of dense rounds. And we'll use another level 10 ability just like that for 78. It's very satisfying just seeing like so many balloons get knocked back like that. It's like if we just activate Superstorm on all the balloons at once. I can get Big Trap right now. 79. Perfect. And now we don't have to worry anymore about these balloons. All we gotta worry about is camo, but we don't have any camo balloons like DDTs until around 90. So until then, I think we can actually gobble up every single balloon with this thing. And if I want to now make this strategy revolve around the Big Trap, I should just stall balloons. Make balloons as slow as possible so that everything gets stuffed inside the trap. And we don't have to replace it like in the back too often. A very satisfying tier 5 tower once you get like past round 80. That's for sure, even for 82 here. Still don't need any support. Maybe for the Moabs here. Let's see. Anything get by? Even if anything gets by, this thing cleans up. That's what's good about the bats mid-game. It's still useful because of the SRAM knockback. Like, even if we consider that the damage isn't very good, it's now a utility tower. Because we can just let the trap keep gobbling up while this thing cleans up. As always, if a run is looking nice and chill, I just love to see if how much money it can save up. At least I personally find it more fun that way. Anyways, for round 90, since there's no decamo, like perfect decamo for both lanes, if I go for this here, can't see really up top. Shimmer, forget about it. It has to be Mortar. Pretty sure this thing attacks fast enough that we don't have to do anything, right? Oh crap, we leaked 1 TDT. That's a problem because my bats here... Oh, actually did. Thank you, Stronger Stim. But that right there is Exhibit A of why I probably need some slowdown. So how about maybe a glue? Would I do it up here? I kind of want to do it up here because this is where the DTs will end up spawning. And I think those are the biggest worry as opposed to ZMGs. So Splatter and sure, Relentless. So much for saving up a gargantuan amount of cash. I feel like if I was just going to leave the trap here, I probably should have just went 205, but that's fine. I'll probably need to replace the trap at the back for some of the harder rounds anyways. Like, again, for DDTs. 92, though. Any ZMG round is pretty much not a problem. I didn't have to retarget the mortar somehow for those DDTs. Not gonna lie, Psy and Big Trap right now are kind of competing to see which one will gobble the balloon up first. You see, Psy took away a couple BFBs that the Big Trap would have gotten, or should have gotten. But who's laughing now? Because now that the balloons are out of here, only Psy can reach them. I will just retarget back here for an easy 94. It would be cool if I could beat this with just this defense, but I'm not counting on it. Especially not when this trap explodes. Like now, for example. Do I stun? I think I would. I should probably move the trap, like, back where the DT is, like, where the first DT is, like that. And then when it pops again, wait for it. Oh, okay, that was instant. And one more back here, and we should clean up this part just fine. If not, level 10 size got us. But no, that was clean. I would like to thank Relentless Glue for stunning the balloons. I, for one, am having a lot of fun just because the fact this is just an unconventional way to play chimps. But normally I'm worried about leaking all these super ceramics from all the balloons the MG is, but right now that's not the worry. We're playing a completely different minigame here. Over 1 million pops in the Big Trap, and it probably can eat up a whole lot this round, I bet. Is that right? What's funny is that the Relentless is useless, because there's no mobs, meaning no stun will activate. I haven't even got my Maul Press yet, for crying out loud. I'll use 1 stun, just to make things a bit slower. And then while everything is away from the Big Trap, Psy will probably deal with all the FBFBs, right? And there's only 1 ZMG left. First try, 98. Come on. Don't actually pop stuff to Moabs, thank you. Nice. Alright, don't forget too that because of the crosspath 025, this thing basically eats up fortified balloons as if it was a normal balloon. aka can hold the same amount of capacity. If that makes any sense, also. This sucks. I can't first try 99 because I done goof, but that's okay. Because we'll just redo it. And this time, I'll stun immediately, okay? And then keep the trap in front. And then, move it back here. 1, 2, 3, easy. 72,000. Unfortunately, none of my towers right now have bad defense, so what do? For starters, I'll do First Strike. I might be able to get 2 First Strikes off this round. Although, I think I'm wrong. Yeah, no, only 1 First Strike. Even then, I don't think 2 would have enough damage. Alright, frick it, a whole Mobile Limb. If I do the math right, I need 6 abilities, because this thing's already doing, like, damage with its main attack. That's the 3rd ability. Do we get 6 before it exits? Oh, I also need to retarget this here. This will be 5, and 6 will be... I really have to time that mortar shot. Unlucky. So I could not knock back DTs because she's not, or they're not level 20. This time, I'm gonna try to time the ability so that it lands right as the mortar shot comes out. So wait for it. Now. Beautiful. Did you see that timing? Oh, lovely. 42,000 and $9 left over. Oh, wait. We had to collect more from the trap. GG, though. The Big Trap did overall about 75% of the pops in this challenge, and it made the late game pretty trivial. So despite, again, it being one of the worst tier 5s in Chimps, there's still a place for it. Only place to go from here is Bloon Master Alchemist and Chimps, obviously.